There's no question that all of us want to be better people. We want to embody the virtues. We want to be an expression of what we know is the truest and highest possibility for ourselves, whatever that may amount to, given our background, religious or spiritual traditions. But I think there's something that's very important that needs to be pointed out as a stumbling block, in a manner of speaking, to anyone who aspires to a godly, divine, loving life. And that is that there's a huge difference between loathing ourselves, disparaging over ourselves, attacking ourselves in some way, and real self-correction. Real self-correction, which is necessary for self-elevation, has nothing whatsoever to do with being hard on ourselves in the conventional sense of the idea. It's a mistake, a misnomer, a misunderstanding that the degree to which we feel bad about ourselves proves that there's some goodness in us. It's not true at all. The fact of the matter is that real self-correction requires a completely different relationship with the parts of us that require the correcting. I think it could be stated that when we meet something in ourselves or we see something in ourselves that's in our way that hurts someone else or that hurts us, when we don't live up to whatever it is that we've imagined we should be, the immediate reaction is to regret ourselves or otherwise think that we've missed the mark and therefore we're not worthy of whatever the aspiration is. But we can look at this differently and see that when we believe in the parts of us that batter us as being the evidence of the fact of this superior self, what we're doing is agreeing to stay the kind of person who doesn't change, because inherent in the idea that hating myself, loathing myself for being incapable, proves that I have the capability, and it doesn't. It proves that I don't understand the nature of my true capacity to transcend myself, including these parts of myself that attack me. Real self-correction requires that an individual become watchful in the moment of making the mistake, instead of becoming willful towards himself or herself for the mistake made. When we become watchful in the moment where we miss the mark, we are inviting a higher part of ourselves to reveal to us where it is, what it is within us that actually missed the mark. It's a very subtle point to understand that when we agree to observe ourselves, we are bringing ourselves into the awareness of a part of us that already knows what is above us, that already stands above us, but that can't help lift us there if we don't know what it means to reach out to it, to give ourselves over to that part of ourselves, as opposed to turning ourselves over to what torments us when we miss the mark. I can only hope this is clear, but I'll close these comments with the last idea. Each and every one of us is created with the capacity to transcend who and what we have been, but only when we see that who and what we have been wants to keep us in place, and it does this by punishing us for being just that. Little by little we can outgrow who and what we've been by surrendering who and what we've been to the awareness we have of what is already greater, and then allowing that greater part of us to create, to change us, to make the transformation so that we come out a new human being who is better able to express their higher possibilities.